Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're out here at Big Bend once again, but this time I have my gold prospecting stuff. No sluice box, I just have a pan, classifier, a couple buckets, my snuffer bottle, and my good shovel. So I think we're gonna do about 20 pans and see what kind of gold we can get. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. All right, there's a lot of spots right here that people have been digging. You can see the big pits in the ground. And if you've watched my video where I metal detected this area, you know I'm gonna avoid that little shack over there. If you haven't seen that video, well, that's good. All right, so pretty much we're gonna just pick a spot where the bigger rocks are. You're gonna find your pay streak with the most gold where the bigger rocks are. And you can see these rocks right here are darker than, like, I don't know if you could tell, but they seem to be bigger and darker just a little bit in this area right here. So we're just gonna go ahead and let's see here. Okay. Actually, that might be a good spot right up there. Right in that area there. You can see where the gravel bar comes out and then in. I'm gonna go right behind there where the biggest rocks are, and we're gonna dig a hole straight down. We're gonna get our 20 pans from right there. Man, it's a real nice day today. It's about 75 degrees. It's April 10th. I just got back from Scotland yesterday. And man, this is a nice change in weather, that's for sure. It rained like every day except for the one day there. When I was gold prospecting, I got lucky that day. Yeah, every other day it was just raining. Kind of reminded me of living in Pennsylvania, except you drove on the opposite side of the road, in the opposite side of the car. It was pretty confusing to an American that hasn't done that before. So yeah, somebody else has had my idea. This is that gravel bar that comes out and then in, and I think where the water slows down the most is gonna be the best spot to start digging. You can see right here, the water goes fast and then it's like slows down. I think I'm gonna pick a spot. See, this guy had the right idea. I think he was in a little bit too far. I think I'm gonna dig my hole right about here. Yeah, right here seems good. We're gonna clear off some of this overburden, get down below it, and then we're just gonna start classifying and panning. I didn't bring my sluice box for two reasons. The first reason was I didn't think I was gonna be able to find a spot to put it, but right here's a perfect little spot. The second reason is I just wanna do 20 pans to see what kind of gold I can get, just for fun. All right, let's start digging. So just try to picture it in your head. When the water's a little bit higher, it's gonna be coming over these rocks right here like it is over there, those little rapids right there. And right after that, it would slow down like it is over here, like right in this area. So I think this is probably the best place to dig. That's how I picked my spot. I want to just be clear on that so you understand why I'm digging in the place where I'm picking to dig. Of course, I could do sample pans, but I'm gonna just go on instinct and just start digging in that spot and see what we could get. It seems like the best spot. All right, so I took all the big dry rocks off the top, moved them over here, and this is gonna be our spot where we're gonna start digging. This is pan number one. Let's see if we got any color. There's a little piece of gold right there. It's about the size of a grain of flour. Maybe a little bigger. Yeah, I think, oh, there's another piece. There's two little flakes in there. Hopefully you can see those two little pieces of gold right there. All right, that's pan number one, 19 more to go. So then here I have what's called a snuffer bottle. And with this, it's basically, you just use it to suck up your pieces of gold. It makes it really easy to collect your little tiny gold. All the black sand, I'm actually gonna take that with me. I like to collect my black sand. I'm gonna put it in this little jar here and bring it home, and we'll process that with mercury. It's you know, in a couple months when I get a whole bunch of it. All right, so of course I'm not gonna bore you with 20 pans of gold. Then we'll empty out the snuffer bottle and I'll show you guys what I got. And of course we'll go home and weigh it up. Here we got a nice flake of gold right there. If you can tell right there. There's another piece over here. You know what? Since there's so much black sand here, I think it's smart to grab the snuffer bottle and suck it up as I go. So I don't think I'm going to be able to show you guys how much gold is in each pan. Besides, that would make kind of a boring video. We'll figure it out as we go. I found a garnet in this one though. This fragment of a garnet there on my finger right there. There's a lot of it in here. That's good. That means there's a lot of heavy stuff in here. And I am finding flakes of gold already. There's two floating pieces of gold right there. It's because I'm putting my fingers in the water. It's making the gold want to float out of there. So yeah, you got to use surfactant or jet dry, some kind of surfactant to keep that from happening. But normally I don't put my finger in there. I'm just doing that for the video. But yeah, there's a piece right there, piece right there. There's a couple pieces here. I see 4 pieces of gold and we're not even down to the heavy stuff yet. I'm gonna go ahead and suck it up and drive on. Well, I'm still on the same pan and I'm pulling out flake after flake here. I thought it was worth filming. Every time I move this black sand around, there's more gold in there. There is a lot of very fine gold right in this spot, right up in this corner. I don't know if you can see it, but I see 2 flakes hiding up there at the top. I am definitely going to keep this black sand because I know I'm missing a little bit of gold, especially since I already put my finger in this pan and there's oil making it float around. I don't have any jet dryer with me. Like I said, I just brought my pan and a shovel. It's no big deal. This is only pan 2. Oh yeah, if you guys were wondering how much exactly is 1 pan full, it's about 4 scoops of unclassified stuff. Then I'll take some water, pour it on there, and then classify it down. All right, so pretty quickly I figured out that what's the sense in doing 1 pan at a time and doing all those steps in order to do 1 pan when I could just I could put about 10 pans in 1 bucket and then just pan out, you know, parts of the bucket all at one time. So I'll do 2 full buckets. It'll still be 20 pans and we're saving ourselves a lot of headache. So we're getting pretty far down. This is, right now I have 9 pans in that bucket. I got 1 more to do. So it's two. Take it rock, that don't count. 4. I'd like to crush that one up. Yeah, you guys have already seen that video. Yeah. This is 10 pans of, there's 10 pans in this bucket. Of course, always check your classified stuff. Look for anything that may look like a gold nugget, because they do exist. Out here it's very rare, but they do exist. All right, we got 10 pans here. We're gonna pan it out. This is pan number 10, the bottom of that bucket, and then I have 10 more to go after this. I'll tell you right now, I've been getting a lot of little flakes of gold out of here, and I thought I would do a real quick gold panning demonstration. That's by far one of the most requested things on my channel is how do you pan for gold? Well, this is classified material, which means it's been through a sifter, which is 1/4 inch. That's the one that I use. Other guys use other sizes, but I prefer the 1/4 inch or the 25. And once you get about, this is a Garrett Super Sluice. It's considered a very large pan. And once you get it in there, you don't want to go up past the second riffle, really, which this would be the second riffle, the top riffle here. You don't want to fill it up any more than that. And you'll see why, because right here, you want to fill it up with water and you want to move it back and forth really fast without getting stuff to fly out over the sides as too much. Basically, you want to liquefy everything so it's all floating. And when that happens, all the heavies drop to the bottom. The gold, the black sand, the garnets, everything floats, sinks to the bottom, and all this stuff right here on top can be washed off. And it's just a repeating process of that. It's called stratifying the material. You're washing rocks. You do that, wash off the top layer, and you repeat it. And you can get pretty quick at it, but you don't want to go too fast. You want to make sure that the heavies all drop to the bottom. You want to make sure that you stratify it every single time. You can see here, well, I just lost it. Yeah. Down here at the bottom, you can see all the black sands. That's all the heavy stuff. And up here, these are all the bigger rocks, and the blonde sands and all that stuff will just wash right off. You only want to do it once or twice because you don't want that black sand to go away. So then you bring it back and you repeat. It looks like the black sand is starting to come out as well. See that right there? Now that's not black sand. That's actually organic stuff that's coming out. The black sand is still way down at the bottom, so we could still go a little bit further, but we want to make sure we bring it back every single time. See all that light stuff on top? That'll wash off. Once I start seeing the black sand, I only wash it off like once, like one. Then I'll bring it back. Now, there's a lot of black sand in here, so I do want to be really careful. I don't want to go too far, because once the black sand starts going out of the pan, you're probably losing a little bit of gold. So we're getting down really close to the end here. I could still see blonde sands coming up, and you can see them washing off there. Once I get to this point, I go back and forth like that. Bring it back like this. What I mean by bringing it back is bringing it down to that bottom riffle down here, and then tilt it forward as you're kind of like going back and forth, and that brings some of that blonde sand up to the top. So right at this point, we're as far as I think we're gonna go. There's a lot of black sand in there, maybe a couple more, because as I go back and forth, I can see more blonde sand coming up. Now I'm losing black sand. All right, I'm done. Yeah, that's as far as I want to go. All right, get a little bit of water in your pan. All right, now at this point, let's go back and forth like that. And this is when you start moving your water over it. Back and forth like that, taking off the top layer of that pile. Very thin layers, because this is where you're gonna see your gold. And when you have this much black sand, it takes a while, but you just got to be patient with it. I didn't mean to do that. Let's get it all back up there. There we go. I see something metal coming through up there. Don't know what that is. It looks like a staple or something. I'm not seeing any gold yet, but what I'm going to do to make it easier for myself, I'm going to take this bit back here. I'm going to pour that off into my black sand bucket, just so I have less material to work with. We go. And normally I would do all this stuff at home. I like to spend my time at the river doing all the digging and collecting the material, because this right here I could do at home in my kitchen sink in Crusty Rusty. I don't have to, you know, right now I'm kind of wasting time, but it's a nice day out and I got nothing better going on today, so this is what I plan on doing today. There's a little bit of gold right there on the left. I don't know if you can see it right there. It's the first piece I'm seeing. Let's keep going. Actually, I'm gonna grab it because I don't want to lose it. Yeah, there's a couple flakes in this pan. That's because this was at the bottom of that bucket. And all the gold naturally goes to the bottom there, so yeah. A couple flakes. All right, we got 10 more pans to go. And then we'll pour everything in this snuffer bottle out into a pan and take a look at it. That's not including all the small microscopic gold that's stuck in that black sand that we can't get right now. Okay. All right, we got our 20 pans. This is the hole it made. And this is 10 pans worth of material in that bucket. Still have to pan it out. Wanted to show off this pan. There's about 6 or 7 colors in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 so far. I'm almost done with the second bucket, by the way, which means I am almost done with my 20 pans. Yeah, there's plenty of flour gold up there at the top as well. I've been getting gold every single pan. I don't think there's going to be enough to weigh up, but I'm definitely going to pour it out and show it to you guys just to see what we got here. Just 3 more pieces. It's like 10 colors in that pan. See a lot of color in there. Rinse this thing off as well. I don't even think that's in the shot. All right, let's take a look at it, get a better angle. There we go, you can see the gold up there at the top. We got a nice little amount for, you know, maybe an hour and a half of sitting here on the river. 20 pans. And remember, that's not including all the microscopic stuff that's trapped in with the black sand that we will process at some point and probably get about the same amount through recovery. Yeah. All right, there's our little bit of gold up there. You can see along the edge. Quite a bit of flakes we got there. Like I said, pretty much every pan I was getting, you know, maybe 2 or 3, sometimes up to 10 colors per pan. So it's not too bad. It's maybe $3 worth of gold. I'm not going to weigh it up. Okay, well, I realize you can't really see the numbers that well, but I'm going to pour in the gold and see how much this stuff actually weighs. It's not a lot. As you can see, it's just little flakes. It's gonna weigh a very, very small amount. So here we go. All right, well, as you can see, the gold is in there and it didn't even register on the scale. Not even 001, just nothing. But, I mean, there, you can see the gold that's actually in there. That's all we got. Hope you enjoyed the fun day on the river. I had my pan. I was driving past here at Big Bend and I figured I had to stop and enjoy the sunny day today. after being in Scotland for a week of rain. This is definitely really nice. And yeah, that's all I got. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. I put out a new video every 3 days. And leave a comment, let me know what you thought about it. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next one.